All right, so I'm Laurent Charignon. I work for Airbnb, and today I'll talk about how you can model job offers with Python. But first, I'll start with a question. How many of you switched job in the last 3 years? OK, so like almost all of you. So this talk is talking about this tool that I built when I switched job, and that's going to be useful next time you switch job. Last time I switched job, I was very stressed out. You talk to recruiters, and they are negotiating like every day with candidates. And you do that every 2 or 3 years, so you have way less experience than them. And they talk to you about a lot of things. They talk to you about numbers. They talk to you about 401ks, health insurance, RSUs, stock options, vesting schedule. And when you try to put all of that into a spreadsheet, it just doesn't really work. There's like so many variables, so many formulas and factors. So what do? Well, then you use Python. And so I built this tool called Financier. And it's a tool to visualize compensation packages and make it easy to compare job offers. So what does Financier mean? It's a French word. And yeah, it means those little tea cakes. But that's not why I named the tool Financier. It also means related to finance. All right, so I'm going to show you like what it looks like. It looks like my slides are a little small. OK, yeah, all right. So, well, so you can create a job offer with Financier. And it's just a Python object. And so you give it a name and a bunch of components. So what is a component? It's, for example, a salary. So you can say, well, this job pays $15,000 a year. You can also add stock grants. So you can say that's about $10,000 worth of stocks that vests over 4 years with a 1-year cliff. If you've tried to do that with a spreadsheet, it's very complicated. You can add one-time bonuses. And like you can also put everything together. And so that would be like a more realistic job offer. So what can you do once you've built a job offer? Then you can export it to a pandas data frame. So you can say, what is the payout over the next 2 years or 4 years? Like how much am I going to make each month? So you can get the detailed payout broken down by components, or you can get a combined payout. And then you can compare job offers. You can compare different scenarios with a job offer. So how many of you would think that it's useful to have this tool? It's very useful because when you're talking to a recruiter, you get stressed out. Like they talk to you about all those numbers. They tell you you have to decide by tomorrow. You try to put everything into the spreadsheet. And then you end up making a decision that has nothing to do with what you really cared about. And money is one of the important factors. So what if this doesn't work for you? What if you need to represent more? What if there's a new kind of stock packages? Or what if there's something that's like not a component I thought about? Well, then you can define your own components. And so all you have to do is to create a Python class with one method that's called value. And it receives start and end, which are dates, so from date time date. And you have to return how much money will be made during that time period. So here's an example of a one-time bonus. So if the payoff date is between the start and the end date, then it's a month, otherwise it's 0. And so all of those components will be called with non-overlapping intervals, and that's how the program constructs like how much you make for every month. So I wrote about that on my blog. You can find a link here, and you can also find the code there. Come talk to me if you think that would be helpful for you or if you have any questions. Thank you. Do I have time for questions?
One question.
OK, one question. Yep.
Can you add a weight to these points and say, like, I care more about work-life balance than salaries?
Generally, the way I've done that is that I've created a fake component that represents things like commute or work-life balance, and I put a monetary value on it. Yeah, a fun fact is that I think there was a study that says that adding an hour to your commute is like losing a limb in terms of like happiness. So it's just like, yeah, you put a lot of value on this. Cool. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.